What's going on, people? Knowledge here. This is just, a recap of the Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight that took place last night. I thought it was a pretty entertaining fight for what it was. I've said from the jump, it was a circus. It was basically a spectacle that people with a business mind understood that would create a lot of revenue. So, it basically was, a fight that would just generate a lot of money, and that's why it took place. But, I called this fight on the money. I was saying, if you guys follow me on, Facebook and everything, I said a couple of days ago, I said this fight will probably go into about the 10th round, and I said it'll probably be a stoppage. And I was dead on. A lot of people were saying, it'll be stopped in the 6th round. I heard 8th round. Some people said it wouldn't even go past the 4th round. But the reason why I said that I believe it will get to the 10th round is, for one, me, being someone who used to box, I watch fighters from, I will say, a different point of view. And one thing I noticed that Mayweather does is that he's not somebody who's going to go in there, have his game plan, just start executing it right away. He's a guy who likes to sit back, dance around the ring, throw the jab, kind of see what his opponent is going to do. He's going to see if you're going to come at him with force, like maybe what that guy, Canelo, or what's that guy name? Y'all know who the guy that gave him a run for his money. I forgot his name off the top of my head right now, but he's gonna see if you're gonna be extremely aggressive, or you're gonna lay back, wait for him to make a move, or you're gonna kind of switch it up. So I knew between probably the 1st and 4th round, it was going to be kind of like a test trial to kind of see what McGregor was going to do. And then right after that 4th round, he was going to turn it up, and that's exactly what he did. I didn't think, he would try to get McGregor out of there under 8th rounds, because a lot of people were disappointed with the Floyd Mayweather fight against Manny Pacquiao. And, he basically wanted to give the people a show. He knew he couldn't go in there and basically just outsmart Conor McGregor and just, dance around the ring, throw the jab, hit him a couple of times, and then get out of there, get back in the center of the ring, toe wop a little bit, bop, 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 hit him a little bit again and step out. He couldn't do that because a lot of people would be like, this is a bullshit fight. I paid $100 for this, and you're still quote unquote running, So he had to prolong the fight a little bit. But then when it got to the 10th round, I figured he'll knock him out. That's exactly what happened. Conor McGregor, he did surprise me somewhat. There was a couple of shots he landed that I didn't think he would land. So, he did surprise me. They said, I believe he landed 111 punches, which is more than what Manny Pacquiao landed. So he did surprise me to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, I knew he wrote a check that his ass couldn't cash. A lot of people was out here talking about, oh, McGregor has a shot. He has a shot to beat Mayweather. The only shot he had was a shot in his ass. And I've been saying that since this fight was even announced it was going to take place. It was a joke. But overall, I think the two guys came together and, they put on an entertaining, fight, especially to those who, I would say, casual boxer fans. It wasn't just something that went to the 12th round and pretty much was just a drought through the entire fight, because people have been looking for a knockout, especially from Floyd Mayweather. And I think that's why the UFC is so hot right now, because this generation now, especially with the internet and everything, people want stuff right now. Every fight that happens, they want to see a knockout. They want to see people bleed. They want to see somebody get their ass kicked. People don't really understand or appreciate the technique and the art form of boxing today. So I think that's why boxing has kind of been on decline, as well as boxing not having a union. A lot of times the fights that the people want to see don't always happen. So it's a lot of different reasons to why boxing has been on the decline. But I think last night, McGregor and Mayweather gave everybody, a pretty entertaining fight, for what it was. Now the real fight, like I've been saying, is September 16 between Triple G and Canelo. Now that's a fucking fight right there. That's a fight that I want to see. I think that's going to be very competitive. But that's pretty much my analysis, on this fight. There's a couple things that I didn't like McGregor hitting Mayweather behind the head. I feel like the ref let that go on too long. You know, that was any other fighter, he definitely would have had some points taken away, because you don't hit a fighter below the belt and you don't hit a fighter behind the head. You know, that's common ground. So I thought that was a little shaky. Also, McGregor was, you know, trying to booty hump him and shit. I was like, you know, what is this guy doing? You know, why are you grappling Mayweather from the back, you know, or clinching him? A lot of you guys call it hugging, but it's called clinching when the two fighters come together and it looks like they're hugging, but it's called clinching. Usually fighters do that when, you know, they're running out of gas, or they want to kind of, you know, strategically slow their opponent down. But, you know, I mean, other than that, you know, it was a fairly decent fight, you know, entertaining for what it was. That's all I got to say. You know, you guys give me your feedback on it. You know, I'm waiting for this Canelo and Triple G. You know, I think that's going to be a really good fight. A couple other fights I want to see is Keith Thurman versus Terrence Crawford. I think that'll be a very great fight for people to see. But other than that, you know, y'all that's boxing fans out there, keep boxing alive, man. You know, because I think it's an art form that a lot of people don't appreciate. It's like, you know, you're not knocking somebody out left and right. People don't really appreciate the art form. And being someone who laces up those gloves and those boots, you know, I understand everything that goes into it, and it's not as easy as it looks. But you guys give me your feedback on it. You know, decent fight from McGregor and Mayweather. You know, I would like to see Mayweather go 51 to beat that Rocky Marciano record, but he said this is his last fight. You know, he promised his family, and you know, a lot of other people say this is it. So, you know, we'll see, but you know, he said that before, but we'll see what happens. I'm out. You guys give me your feedback, subscribe, add my Facebook page in the link. Peace.